saying that the minority leader and the Minister for Information have said it all. We've heard from the executive in the person of the minister, and then we've heard from Parliament as well. But I also want to iterate what has already been said by the minority leader and the Minister for Information, that indeed there is commitment on the part of both the executive and Parliament to pass the Right to Information Bill as well as the Broadcasting Bill. I must say that indeed we are not in a dilemma as Parliament, because if the process or the engineering process has already begun, and I must iterate that it got to a very advanced stage in the promulgation process in Parliament. I happen to have worked on it at the committee level. We worked with the coalition. At the committee level, when I served on the Committee on Legal, Constitutional and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, we were the first committee that dealt with the Right to Information Bill. And a lot of interactions went into it. The bill was taken back to the executive to incorporate all concerns that were raised. The bill was laid before Parliament, and we were at the consideration stage of the passage of the bill. So if the bill has traveled this far from the executive, who would have to introduce, and it has been done, it has gone to the committee or referred to the Speaker first, the Speaker refers it to the committee, we do all the nitty-gritty work, we take the bill line by line, provision by provision, clause by clause, and then all our concerns are embodied again when the executive takes it back. We did all that, and it was at the consideration stage. But it was rather unfortunate that the previous Parliament, which is the State Parliament, had to rise in the middle of it. And we know by constitution and by the mere establishment of our legislature, which is Parliament, it is also for a tenure of office, or a tenure of a period, which ended, and for that matter, the whole process is curtailed and we'll have to start the process again. But we have no doubt in our minds as a government that this law is a priority, just as it's been enshrined in our Constitution in Article 21(1)(a) of the Constitution, which talks about the fundamental human rights of the citizens of Ghana. And in that fundamental human right, it's enshrined in it the freedom of speech and of media. So everybody in this country is guaranteed that freedom. It is a non-negotiable right of every citizen. And so if this is in our Constitution and has been there over years, and we need an act of Parliament to re-echo that fundamental human right, I don't think that it will be a step in the bad direction or in the wrong direction. So I want to iterate that in as much as we believe the media is the fourth arm of government, indeed you are the fourth arm of government. You help check government, you help keep our governments on its feet, you help disseminate information, you help educate our public, and so for that matter, no government in whether previous or the current government has underrated the importance of these two bills. And I again reassure you that that bill will be passed by this Parliament, which is the 7th Parliament of Ghana. I want to say that on the part of the executive, I remember when I sat down, Honorable Haruna asked me whether I belong to the executive or I belong to the legislature, and I told him it's a hybrid. So I stand here and speak for Parliament as the Deputy Majority Leader. We're going to make sure that this law is reintroduced with cooperation from the Minister and also from the part of government. I think that if there's one person in this country of ours who values and cherishes the importance of the role of the media in this country, then it's our current president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And we have the history of him and other members of the media fighting tirelessly to abolish the criminal libel law, where media practitioners were subjected to cruel treatment and even dumped in jails. And those are the dark days. But as we talk about the present, it is better for us to also remember where we're coming from, where we are, and where we want to go. So the past is that we have fought for that independence and freedom for our media. And in this day and age, it's not the day and age where any government would want to retrogress, go backwards. So we want to move forward, and we have our commitment that indeed we would fight and make sure that the taxpayers' money is brought to bear in our dealings as members of parliament. So if we sit in parliament, and what is the basic and core duty of us to safeguard this fundamental human rights of our people? If we sit in parliament and we are not able to do so, I think our conscience will not even serve us right. And even the confidence in the public, in the institutions of government, will be weakened. So we all want to strengthen institutions, as Barack Obama said when he visited us, that we need to strengthen institutions. By strengthening parliaments, by strengthening the executive, by strengthening the media and the judiciary, we would have a good governance or democratic governance process in our country. So on this note, I want to thank the organizers for inviting me, and again to apologize on behalf of my boss, the leader of the House. But don't take it that this was not based on consultation. Everything I have said here, he would have said the same thing. So I believe that that brings to rest a lot of our worries as media practitioners. But again, I would want to plead with you. I beg you, as we do our work as the media, as is guaranteed in our constitution, as we push for this passage of this bill to be promulgated, I believe that the hard-earned reputation of people should not be compromised. Because if you look in Article 162 downwards, 163, 164, it also talks about the responsibility of the media. So in as much as you want to check everybody, let's make sure that in doing so, we do not tarnish the hard-earned reputation of people.